hired him, replaced him with the next hot coordinator in Todd Bowles. He was the next big thing. Todd Bowles and his hybrid linebackers and all that sort of stuff. Remember? He was the hot guy. Hired Todd Bowles. He sucked. And then we went to the previous head coach route. So we only like to hire a head coach. If they have experience, we like to make sure that they're fired first. We want to make sure that their previous gig was a complete flop, and then we'll take them. We don't want anybody who's kind of, on a high note or anything like that. Boom! There I am. Jesus, Christmas. So what's up? I said it feels like 6 weeks since the last mock to me. Why does it feel so long? I think it's because we're an entirely different organization. Think about this. When we did this mock last time, we were a different organization than we are today. Different. We're going to change the world, dudes. That's what I think. Now, I'll be real square with you guys and tell you that I've thought this before. So this isn't the first time I thought it. People, it's funny. I got asked last week by somebody if I was going to try to be more positive in the coming months with a new head coach. And I said, it's really funny. I'm a fucking Homer fan. Like this past Gase era, and not even the first year, just this last year, flipped me into I was scraping doom and gloom. You know what I mean? I was scraping it. But I'm a homer. I think Joe Douglas is the shit. That's what I think. All right, so we're going to get right into this today. I'm going to share my screen with you fine folks. And we're going to do this. How's this look? Boom. Okay. So listen, here's the game of today. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, remember, this is the Robert Saleh edition. Okay. Robert Saleh edition. So we want to factor him into what we're going to do today. We've done, build around Sam. We've done no trades. We've done all kinds of stuff. Today is going to be, what do you think Robert Saleh would do? So the first question I need answered is this. It's on the screen now. Will Robert Saleh want a new quarterback, or is he going with Sam? Now, I'm going to look at you guys. You're going to tell me. Remember, I only have one vote. I know what I think. What's up, Victor? What's up, you guys? I didn't even say hello properly. Hello, everybody. Chris Briggs, Abrima John, The Machine, Ultimate Clashers, Get Wrecked is here. Joey Ingenito, Jeff Loke, Angel Sosa, Big Green's back. Dylan, Derek Finneran, John Post, as always, E-Rock. Man, you guys are awesome. Thor's here. Henry God, Jeff Loke, I said already. William the King, look at that. We got the King in here, everybody. Kaz Gibney. You guys are awesome sauce. So here's what I need you to vote. You know how we do this. If you haven't been here before, this is where you get a real chance to have an opinion, but it's not all your opinion. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Last week, I lost like 2 or 3 picks to you guys. I would have went a different direction. This is a true team effort. It's a war room. This is what they do with the general manager having ultimate say. So like technically speaking, I have the button. But the first thing we need is Robert Saleh going? You don't have to say which pick, but is he getting a new quarterback or is he sticking with Sam? What do you think our new coach really wants to do? What's up, Smokey J? Zachary Berner? I'll tell you the big news in a little bit. It's funny because I'm getting tweets now. It's becoming more public, but I'll tell you in a few minutes. I want to make sure everybody's here. I don't want people going to come and say, Reaper's here. What's up, buddy? John Holton. So let's see. We got new quarterback. Sam, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mike Perlato is non-committal. He says, Sam, or maybe a new one. It's tough to, we got to commit. We got to commit. So let's see. New quarterback, new Sam Wilson, new quarterback. All right. This is what it looks like. New quarterback's crushing it. Okay. Sam is there, but new quarterback is crushing it. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to pick a new quarterback. Now, with that said, we're going to start this thing. We're going to pick the New York Jets. I got it 7 rounds, and we'll just do normal speed like usual. Let's draft. Now, do we want to try to trade up and get Trevor Lawrence? That ain't going to happen. So let's just skip that shit. They're going to take him. Boom. All right. So do we have any trade offers? No trade offers, guys. No trade offers. Looks like we got to you want to try to initiate a trade? What do you guys think? You want to try to jump back or take a quarterback? We're already on. So the decision has been made. We are going with a new quarterback. That crushed the Sam Darnold thing. So we'll take that off. I got another question. So we're going to go quarterback first, it looks like. Okay. Reset it. Well, I can. When you push pause, and sometimes it'll do that. But no, the draft has started, man. You can't go back. The draft has begun. And I know we're early, but you can't hit reset. It's begun. So who do we think, guys? You want to go quarterback here, or you want to wait a little bit and go Mac Jones, Kyle Trask? All right, they're coming in. We got the Wilsons. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't do Watson in this one. We could say we're getting Watson, but then we'd have to alleviate all of our picks, right? Stay at 2. Okay, now we're not getting a trade down, so we're going to have to pick right here, guys. We got Wilson, Dolphins, Joey and Janito, Dolphins. Wilson, all right, here we go. So I'm counting them. 1, 2. We got Wilson's crushing it. No more Fields, huh? We didn't like that championship game. Is that what happened? What's Greg Tarr saying? I saw Greg Tarr up there. What's he saying? I missed it. I scrolled by you, Greg. Fields has like 5 votes, and the rest is Wilson. Nick Hassel saying Wilson or Fields. What we like to do here, Nick, is we like to pick one because it's hard to count it up. Devontae at 2, Mac at 23. Now, Mike Parlato is a man after my own heart. I'd be playing with that kind of stuff. Ooh, Robert Saleh's here. Look at that. Look. Where'd he go? What the hell happened? You guys all posted at the same exact second. There he is. Look. Robert Saleh's here. He said, trust me, I'm getting Zach Wilson. Well, Zach Wilson crushed it, so that's who we're going to get. We are going to start this draft taking our quarterback, Zach Wilson. Now, let's look at our next question. Okay, look who's going. Fields went 5th. Caleb Farley went before Fields. Now, we'll watch this draft go. Rashawn Slater, Jalen Waddle. Oh, Elijah Vera Tucker's gone. Kyle Pitts go? I think Kyle Pitts is still around. Oh, there we went. Shit. All right, so now we're getting a trade, but I'm going to show you guys something. So here's the next question, okay? We're in the first round. We have a trade offer, which we're going to look at in a minute, but I want you to consider this question. Do you think Robert Saleh coming aboard is going to push us to push a defensive player into the first? Generally speaking, we've been picking offense, either a wide receiver, offensive guard has been there, maybe a center. We've been playing with that Creed Humphrey one week. But so do you think that maybe edge rusher or cornerback? And if defense wins, like if you guys think defense is going to be there into the first, then we'll look at another question. So let's look at these trade offers. We currently have 3. So the Washington football team wants to offer us pick 51, pick 74, and pick 82 next year's second. So we got to give up 23 and 99. So they want to give us 51, 74. We'll move up from 99 to 82 in next year's second. Not bad. That's 20. That's a far way back though, man. I can't do that kind of math. It's like 27 picks. or something. Now we got the Cardinals offering pick 49, 79, a second and third, but we got to give up 23 and 139. I hope you guys are looking at this. I want your opinion on if we want to take any of them. Here's a goodie. 23, we're only going back 21 spots or 19 spots. 163, and we move up from 163 to 76, and the Giants' second round pick. So let's see what you guys are talking about. No dice. No trades. Reject all the trades. Holy shit. Man, I got some purists in here today. Yeah, Dackle, I hear you. Sometimes I go edge with this pick too. If they can trade back a little bit, right? Wait on the edge. Plenty of good people later. All right, well, let's start looking. Okay, so we're going to deny these trades. You guys are pretty certain the trade piece is out. So let's just move this along. So here's what we got. Here's their big board. We got Rashad Bateman, who I would love, by the way. You got Osai for the edge rushers. Samuel Cosme, elite center. I mean, a tackle. Elite, guys. Elite. I know Penei Sewell gets all the press. Samuel Cosme is elite. He's just not quite as good as Sewell. Najee Harris, Etienne. Let's take a look. So really, we're going to be looking at wide receivers. So we got Bateman. Olave just said he's going back to school today, so we are not going to be playing with him. You know who else went back? One of the tight ends I like, Ruckert from Ohio State. So let's look at the guards. Wyatt Davis, he says he's going to be okay. Deontay Brett, they're all there. All the guards are still there. All the centers are still there. Okay. And the edge rushers, Jalen, they're all there. Basham, Patrick Jones. So what are you guys thinking? Defense, I'm going to back it up. Bateman, GreenBean. I'm with you, Briggs. I think Bateman is my pick. I would take Bateman here. Or I would trade here. I want to tell you that right now. Osai, okay, we got edge. So you think that Robert Saleh is going to push defense up to the front. A lot of people seem to think he will. So here we go. Osai, we got a couple O-lines. Bateman. Well, Osai's a good one, man. Let's take a look at the edges again. Osai's the best of the bunch up there. But Basham, Patrick Jones, those guys are going to be right there with him in the NFL. They're good. So we could push Osai to the side, grab Bateman, who won't be there, and then we can grab Basham with our second or Patrick Jones with our second, if you guys like. That's a good question, Elo. Kicker, Hernandez. He's on it early. Christian Dicker. The thing is, Gannon, is that Creed Humphrey's going to be there probably till our second, so we could look at him. Grab Basham, grab Patrick Jones. Oh, you want to look at the cornerbacks? Let's take a look at the cornerbacks. Samuel. Oh, so Horn is gone, right? Surtain's definitely gone. Farley's definitely gone. Who do we got? J.C. Horn's gone. So the top three are gone, guys. We have Stokes and Samuel. They're there. Let's look at the wide receivers again. Rashad Bateman's the guy. If you want to stay here. Decline. We decline. Okay. Edge. So here we go. Put your votes in. He's going to want to go defense. I'm going to tell you, I think that that's what's going to happen as well. I think that this being the Robert Saleh draft, I think we would see edge here, and I think that's probably the way that this will go. I would take Bateman if you guys override it. We got 3 votes for Bateman. Davis, Wyatt Davis, right. All right. Kadarius Toney, good one. Bateman's crushing it. Okay. Bateman's got like 15 votes. Don't worry, Joe. We just picked the quarterback. We're on our second pick. All right, Bateman it is, guys. We're going to get a beautiful, tall, big, strong wide receiver. Here he comes from Minnesota. Boom. Right after Kyle Pitts. Najee's gone. Leatherwood's gone. Osai's gone. There he goes, everybody. There goes the elite tackle, Samuel Cosme. Chris Olave's still going. All right, we have a trade here. The Bears want us to jump back 20 or 18 spots. right? 18 spots for a second and fourth next year. And the football team wants us to go back similar. They want to give us next year's second. What do you guys think? You want to take these trades and get some picks for next year? We can't play with them tonight. Patrick Jones. Now, since we went Bateman, I'm going to tell you right here. Don't forget what we're doing. We're trying to think like Robert Saleh. This isn't just our own drafts. We want to think like him. What do we think Robert Saleh's impact on this draft will be? Right? That's what we want to try to do. Let's take a look at the big board. We'll get rid of the trades. Here's the big board. Etienne's up top. Jalen Phillips is still there. Kadarius Toney, we don't need him. Wyatt Davis, best guard in the class, is still there. Basham's still there. Asante Samuel, cornerback. So here's the question. We already said that he's going to push into the first round, which didn't happen because we couldn't allow it to happen. So here's the thing. Will Robert Saleh value cornerback or edge more? Right? It's going to be edge here. James Luongo wants Etienne, but I do think one of the three picks with Robert Saleh is going to be defense. I hear you, Strickland. I agree. Deontay Brown. I'm with it. I'm with it. Pat, so here's our edge rushers. So we'll take a look. Quincy Roche, who I think is overrated. Chaka Tony's still there. Sorry. But the top is Jalen Phillips from Miami, Carlos Basham from Wake Forest, and Patrick Jones. So it looks like we're choosing edge. Jonesy, I'm with you, Greg Tarr. Yeah, but we have lots of time, JW. The guards didn't start peeling off the board yet. We have plenty of guards and centers. Right now, it's wide receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, well, the premier running backs, and edge rushers and corners. That's what's going on. Jones, Jalen, Basham. All right, so Patrick Jones is pulling ahead. We got two Bashams. Jones is crushing it. Grab Phillips. Got 2 for Phillips, 2 for Basham, 3 for Basham. Okay, Patrick Jones it is, everybody. Dude, we're crushing it. Even if it's not your guy, I want you to see something. Dude, we're killing this. This is already great. We got 3 premier guys. Patrick Jones is a New York Jet. Let's take a look at our board. So far we got Zach Wilson, Rashad Bateman, and Patrick Jones. Pick 66 is coming up. Okay. Let's take a look. There goes Etienne. Jalen Phillips went right after us. There goes Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver. Rondale Moore's gone. There goes Wyatt Davis, buddy. Cornerback Eric Stokes is gone. There goes Samuel. There goes Deontay Brown. There he goes. Mac Jones taken. Chaz Surratt, one of the best linebackers in the class. Josh Myers, one of my targets. All right, guys. So the Giants want to give us a 4th to move back 10 spots. And the Cardinals want us to jump back 13 spots and a 7th for the right to get a 4th. Now, we could counter that, remove the 7th, and they'll take it probably. Do you want to do that? You want to jump back and grab a 4th? What do you guys think? Nope. This is not a trade and draft. I'll tell you. This group ain't into trades. Corner. All right, so let's take a look at our corners then, okay? Josh Jobe. Carrie Vincent would be my target right here. That's who I would be going for if I wanted a cornerback. But don't forget, we got to start getting some line in here. We still got Creed Humphrey on the board, guys. That is some value right there. We still got Trey Smith and Ben Cleveland, although I like Josh Sills. Where the hell's Josh Sills? Did he go already? I don't see him. Maybe he didn't declare or something. I don't know. All right, what are you guys thinking? We already got, let's take one more look at our picks. So we got a quarterback, we got a wide receiver, we got our edge rusher. Dude, we got an edge rusher. So now we're at pick 66. Looks like we're going to deny the trades. And then we have another pick in 20 picks. So that's a pretty good spacing right there. And then we got another one in 13 picks. So we have 2 picks in the next 33 picks. Okay? That's pretty good. So here's what we got. Let me close that out. Our guards are Trey Smith, Ben Cleveland. Our centers are Creed Humphrey is there, guys. Creed Humphrey is there. And here's our cornerbacks. Carrie Vincent's a ball hawk. If you guys haven't looked at Carrie Vincent yet, you should. He's very, very promising young man. Creed Humphrey. Best offensive line on the board, I think it's Creed Humphrey or Trey Smith. Now, if we're going to take Creed, the thought would be to move McGovern over to guard, right? That's what we would do. You don't take Creed Humphrey and put him at guard. He's an elite center. Creed Humphrey, yep, okay. And then we'll look at cornerback. You got all right. Now we're hitting a stride, guys. We're hitting a stride here. So let's find them. You guys ready for a brand new spanking new shiny center? Boom. There he goes. Oh, there goes Gainwell. He's a good running back. We got to think about running backs too. Now we're getting into the later round, mid rounds, okay? Don't forget tight end. The tight ends are flying off. Hunter Long and Yeboah are gone. Maybe Nick Eubanks will be there. There goes Joe Tryon. All right. We got some trades. This group has been saying hell no to the trades so far. So we have pick 86 is where we are. The Texans want to give us 101, which is what, 15 picks later, and 215. That's our final pick in the 7th round for pick and 114. So we'd move up 101 spots in the 7th to the 6th for the right to move back a couple 15 spots here. Or we can just go back 3 spots and pick up a 7th. You want to do that? Get something for next year? Excuse me. Let's see if yes to the Texans. Ooh. Which trade, guys? You guys are saying yes. Which one? To the Browns or the Texans? We can counter too. We could remove our 7th and see how that looks. Texans trade. Take the Texans. Okay. All right. I'm going to counter then. Let's take a look at the trade. Greg Tarr said Cleveland. Everybody else. All right. So let's take a look. Let's counter. Here we go, guys. Let's try to remove our 7th and see how that sits. So look, see, this is what we got left. So we got these picks left, and that's next year. We don't have anything gained yet for next year. Let's see. Nope, they said, go fuck yourself. All right, so then we'll take it, right? That's what everybody's saying. Take it. We'll accept it. We're going to move back 15 picks. We got 97 coming up too, I think it is. Right? Is that what it was? No. Okay, there goes Kyle Trask. Trey Smith gone. Okay, now let's look at our boy. Let's see if he's still there. There's Carrie Vincent. Smart move, guys, because that was our guy. Are we still on Carrie Vincent? Is that where we are? We did okay. That was good. That was a good move. Go for right, Robbie Oak. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Get him. We want to get Carrie Vincent. Big Green wants a tight end. We're going to look at the tight ends next round. Let's take a look right now just to see where we are. Nick Eubanks. That's who Ruckert's there, but he's going back to school. Nick Eubanks would be our target from my point of view. I like Nick Eubanks a whole bunch. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take Carrie Vincent Jr. and get ourselves a nice ball-hawking cornerback. Well done. Oh, look at this. 101 to 105. Give next year's 7th for pick 170. You want to gain a pick? We do need a safety. We need a running back, a tight end, a safety, and a guard. That's what we need. Accept the trade. You guys want to accept it? Big Green's in. Jeff's in. Ryan Talks New York is in. Who else? Take it. Jeff voted twice. Okay, we're taking this trade. Let's try a little counter action. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can remove our 7th. Let's see. Nope, they want it. Let me try to add their 7th. Hold on. Here, add that. Oh, okay, well, just take it then. Okay, we're going back 4 spots. Cisco, James Wiggins, Carmen, and Jabril Cox. We should probably get a linebacker too, guys. Charles Snowden there. Let me see. No, he's gone. Shit. Who else we got? Monty Rice is still there, though. Okay, so you guys into the tight end idea? We got. Wait, here we go. We could double dip at wide receiver. I just saw Seth Williams. He's one of my favorite receivers in the entire draft. We got Nick Eubanks right here for tight end. The guards, Ben Cleveland, Jack Anderson, both very, very good players. Ben's a little bit more raw. We got our center. Running backs, Chuba Hubbard still there, guys? It's actually Chuba. So what are we thinking here? Take the all right, wait, hold on. Adebo? Let me see. Who's coming in late like that? Oh, he's still there from Stanford. You want to grab another cornerback? He's good. Tight end. I'm thinking tight end or Chuba Hubbard. We got a whole bunch of Chubbas here. Kylan Hill, I like him too. I think I would go Hubbard over him. Greg Tarr wants Eubanks. So do I. Running backs crushing it. Right, Mitt Flair. That's what we're trying to do. It's hard to get this stuff. So we're thinking like Saleh. I think he's going to want a running back because LaFleur's, Shanahan's offense is predicated on the run setting up the pass. And they have to have a good running game. So Hubbard, it looks like. Yep, Hubbard it is. Let's see hold on. Saleh is a solid coach, but took him 3 years to finally know how to adjust mid-game. Needs to come a lot of patience. He won't be we thank you, though. Bay Area Niner, I'm going to post that. Everybody take a look at the comment. We have a 49er fan stopping in to say hello and let us know. The thing is, man, we're going to be a little bit more patient, but whatever he brings is going to be an absolute upgrade over what we're watching. Our coach was sitting alone on the bench mid-game. Mid-game, he's just sitting on the bench staring into a book. All right, so Chuba Hubbard, it looks like. We got Adebo, Paulson. You want to see the safeties? All right, Ksef. Adarius Washington. Sean Wade is actually listed as a safety. Can you believe how the fucking mighty have fallen, man? He's listed as a safety. A couple weeks ago, he was one of the top 10 cornerbacks. Divine Diablo, Jacoby Stevens, and my boy, where is he? Secret gem of the draft, everybody. Isaiah Polamau. He's a gem of the draft. He's one of my top 3 gems. So we could take a safety. We won't need to take him for a while, though. Nick Eubanks is right there because we know Jeremy Ruckert ain't coming out. But you guys want Chuba Hubbard, right? Is that what we're doing? Get a nice running back? Or Adebo. He was getting cooked. It's sad because he really was having a good year. I know. Iraq, Polamau is going to be there for a while. Okay, I'll move the comment away. Just wanted everybody to see it. That's a big comment. There we go. I'll get this one out of there too. Hold on. There you go. You guys got to tell me that stuff. Thanks, MC. Adebo is tempting. Let's see. Greg, it's only you and I for Eubanks. Big Green wants a tight end. So we got Chuba Hubbard. That's it. Anyway, we need it. That's some really good value. Okay. Pick 105. Chuba Hubbard still sitting there. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Here he comes. Nicely done. Now let's watch Nick Eubanks. Is he going off the board? Let's watch. They want us to trade back four spots. And next year's San Francisco's 6th for 2 picks this week. Or, this draft. What do you guys think? You want to take the trade, go back 4 picks? We might lose. Well, Nick Eubanks is still there. Let's check out. He's going. If we want Adebo, now is the time. We can double dip at cornerback. Let's take a look at the wide receivers. Ooh, Tylan Wallace is there. Smith is long gone. Sage Surratt is dropping as well. Crazy. Crazy. What are you guys thinking? Take the trade? No, 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 no. Take it, take it. No, no. All right, the no's have it. The no's have it. I think we should go tight end, or if we're going to go defense, this cornerback's looking pretty good. Adebo's sitting there, but Nick Eubanks is good, man. And we need a tight end. We can't go into the season thinking Herndon is going to be anything. If he is, great. If he is, great. Take someone from Alabama, Joe Namath says. Nice. Eubanks. Falele? He's probably sitting there. Let's see. No, yeah, he's there. He's there. Yeah, but don't forget this board, PFN's boards, I think they're doing a good job of adjusting it, but it's not in line with some other boards that I really, really trust and I build my big board off of. They're way off in a lot of Sage Surratt, I know. Tight end. Okay. I'm counting it up. Tight end. Adebo. Tight end. It looks like the tight ends have it, guys. Okay, so let's grab Nick Eubanks. We would grab Ruckert here, but we know he's going back to school. So Nick Eubanks is coming. Watch where Adebo goes. He's going. Sean Wade's gone. Tylan Wallace is gone. Nico Collins, Caden Stearns. Shaka Tony's finally went. Monty Rice. Dude, look at this. Guys, look who's still sitting there. That was a smart move to take Nick Eubanks. You want to grab our cornerback? Adebo's still there. KSF, did you see me screaming Donovan Peoples-Jones for 3 months last year? I was screaming that guy's name for 3 months. He made it all the way to the 6th. We had our last pick. We traded it for Quincy Wilson, and then he goes in the 7th, and he's a fantastic receiver. All right, you guys are all on board. Adebo's who it is. This is what we call value, guys. Boom. Okay, now what are we going to do? We got our running back. Let's take a look at the Jets draft here. Whoops, sorry. Get out of here. So here we go. We got Zach Wilson, Rashad Bateman, Patrick Jones, Creed Humphrey, Carrie Vincent, Chuba Hubbard, Nick Eubanks, Paulson, Adebo. Now we got 3 picks left. We usually end it with a kicker, which may or may, we don't have to. But let's take a look at safeties, okay? Jacoby Stevens is still there. That'd be funny. Grab the LSU backfield. But I'm telling you, we can get Isaiah Polamau at the next pick, and he's better than all those guys ahead of him. He's going to be a top flight safety in 2 years. Okay, let's see what you guys. Falele, you guys love this fucking guy. I'm going to tell you something about Falele. He doesn't really match up with what Shanahan's offense does, but we'll take a look at him. It's fun. It's fun to think of a 400-pound guy. There he is. If you guys want him, he's there. Let's look at the linebackers. Thank you. Juan Alvarez. Errol Thompson. KJ Britt. I don't know any. I don't know these guys very well, guy. I'm going to tell you honestly. These aren't guys that I've dug into yet. So I know about KJ Britt, Errol Thompson. That's about it. Get the side of beef. Polamau, we're going to get at the next pick. Garrett, he was the 4th receiver taken off the board. Bateman. You want to take a look at the receivers? Let's see who's there. We can double dip. There's nothing. DeMonte Coxey's going to be a starter in the NFL. So is Sage Surratt. So is Anthony Schwartz. So it's up to you guys. We have 3 picks left. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. We have 139, 163, and 170. We traded away our 7th in the trade. Okay. We're going to need to get a safety. Jacoby Steven. We're going to get Polamalu next pick. Okay. So we'll leave that. We have linebackers, Tony Fields, Agbon Benmiga, Ventrell Miller, Deshaun White, Errol Thompson, who I happen to like a little bit. Sage Surratt. I think Surratt, yeah, right. We can get Sage Surratt and Polamalu for sure. I want to see who the edges are. They all were just going. I watched a bunch of them just go. Chris Rumpf, he's small, but he's going to be pretty good. Brenton Cox. I don't want another Florida edge rusher. Too many of those guys. We're done. We got Big Cat. Is he still there? He's usually way down here. Where did he go? Did he go already? Yeah, I guess so. All right, so you want to take Surratt, huh? I believe Surratt's some good value. You want to check the guards? Okay. Ben Cleveland and Jack Anderson are still there. They're pushing these guards, man. These are good guys. They're slipping. They're sliding. Trey Hill is still there. Yeah, the interior offensive line is slipping down. Filelli's still a couple down the list. All right, so it looks like Sage Surratt might be the best value here. Here's the tackles. Spencer Brown, Thayer Mumford, and Filelli are all still there. Alaric Jackson from Iowa's another one I like. We have our chances there. Surratt, Ben Cleveland or Sage Surratt. Surratt's crushing it, guys. Surratt. Paris Ford is good too. Say for a safety. Let's see. Surratt. Okay, there it is. Here we go. We're double dipping at the receiver. Sage Surratt's a nice big-bodied wide receiver. Who's going? Spencer Brown. There he goes. There goes Ruckert, but he's not even going to be. DeMonte Coxey. There he goes. Ben Cleveland's gone, boys. Thayer Mumford. The tackles are coming. Here come the tackles. Anthony Schwartz, wide receiver. Daz Newsome. Oh, there goes the guards are going. The linemen, they're starting to get plucked off. So let's check our safety. Dude, they didn't touch the safeties there. So we can get Polamalu with our 7th round pick. I know we can. And Paris Ford. We can have that discussion in a little bit. I think you want to get our boy? There he is. He's next up. Filelli ain't going to make it to the next pick. So we got Filelli. The linebackers are kind of beating up KJ Britt, But these are the Blake Cashmans of the world. That's who's sitting there. Filelli it is. Green Beanerton. How's the draft? It's up, Austin. We think we're crushing it. I'm going to show you guys what the draft looks like. So we're going to go ahead and take Daniel Filelli. That seems to be the consensus. Boom. There he goes. And let's wrap this up with a safety. Oops, sorry. Let's see where we go here. There goes Jacoby Stevens. Here come the safeties. Oh, we're right here. Is that our last pick? Yep, this is it for us. So you guys want to grab, look, here's our safeties, and we need one. So this is a good pick. We have Isaiah Polamalu and Paris Ford sitting right here. This is my pick, 100%. Isaiah Polamalu is my boy. That's who I want in this draft. Polamalu. You guys are going to like him. If you guys haven't checked into the USC safety, Polamalu, check him out, man. He's a little more raw, which is why he's sliding, but he has everything you want in a safety. Paris Ford. We got some guys rooting for Ford. Yeah, you rock. Dude, we're crushing it. No, he's not soft. He pops. Corsello don't like my guy. You want to try to trade down? What are we going to trade down for? We don't have anything. I mean, nobody's offering us a trade. We could see. You want to try to mess around? Let's see. Let's propose a trade. Who's back here? Let's go back with the Giants. Okay, let's see what the Giants want to mess around. So this is how we do this. You go like this. We'll give you 170 if you give us. They don't have much to play with. Let's see if they do this. Both of these. Nope. Let's try. Who else we got? The Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers got a few picks coming up. So here we go. We'll offer you 170 if you give us 175 and 205. How's that sound? They said no. It's going to be hard right now. We'll try one more. Let's see the Raiders want to do anything. The Raiders are kind of nuts, right? We'll give you pick 170 for both of your picks. What do you think? Nah. I mean, we can get next year's ship, but that doesn't help us for tonight. You know what I mean? So, Polamalu's there. Who you guys thinking? We'll trade with the Giants, Angel. Don't you worry. Joe Douglas ain't afraid to trade with anybody. Damn, I know. I hear you. Go Polamalu. Give them Henry Anderson. I know. Wouldn't it be great? They got to figure that out, how to allow us to use our players or like trade for Watson and all that kind of stuff. That would be killer. So let me do this. Let me stop for 1 second and tell you. So there's a lot of tweets coming out the past hour. But I want to tell you, we got an inside track. It's not my source, but it's a friend of mine's source. And the reason that they interviewed Bieniemy is because of Deshaun Watson, right? So we know that the Texans, we know that Watson was, wanting them to interview Bieniemy and Saleh. But here's the part that we don't know. Is that this whole thing, this whole going around and liking tweets and all those kinds of things that Watson was doing, he doesn't want to leave the Texans. This was all an effort to strong arm them to getting the coach that he wants in because he didn't like the coach they were interviewing. So there is no desire to trade. Don't forget, he has a no trade clause. Any trade that he's going to be a part of, he has to approve it. It's not like they can't just trade him. Okay, so it's a lot more difficult. So everything that he was doing it had nothing to do with him wanting to be traded. It had to do with him wanting Bieniemy or initially Saleh as the head coach. Okay, so those are the interesting things. It's like, yeah, we're all hearing this stuff about Bieniemy, and it was also told that they already had the conversation with Bieniemy. That they're saying they're going to officially interview him on Monday, but the word that we got was that he was already interviewed, and that's where the little leakings are coming out about him wanting personnel control. You see the balls on that guy? And that's that, Tony G. And that, as they say, is that. You know what I mean? It does make sense. Right, Greg? So those are what's Ari? Don't spam, dude. What are you doing, buddy? I'll put you in a timeout. Here we go. Boom. Ari's in a timeout. I know. It's crazy. Don't worry, Henry got. I put him in a little timeout. Come back, Ari, when you're there. When you're free. I don't know how long a timeout lasts. 5 minutes. Oh, look at that. So, yeah, so that's the thing with Deshaun Watson. So it doesn't look real. Who knows? And I'll tell you, this 3 first. Did you guys hear what Tannenbaum said that he wanted to trade? He said 3 firsts, Quinnen Williams and Denzel Mims. Are you fucking high? This is why this guy's not a GM in the league anymore. That was our guy. You know? So listen, if you guys haven't subbed yet, please do me a favor and sub. As we know, that's the only currency that really works on YouTube. It enables me to get to a different tier, which gives me privileges and the ability to do certain things that I can't do right now. So let's go ahead. Now, let's make sure, if you haven't subbed, please do like the video if you could. But let's get back to the draft. Who do we want? I want Isaiah Polamalu. And somebody wanted Paris Ford. We're looking at safeties. I know, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Polamau, we could have had Deshaun back when he was drafted. Right, imagine that, Marlon. But our GM was brilliant and got a safety. And just to be sure that the first safety that he used a 6 overall pick on, just to make sure he did get good safety action that year, he drafted another one with our second round pick, who's a good player. I know, Cameron Dicker. This will be the first draft that we don't take Cameron Dicker, the huge pecker kicker. This will be the first one. Well, that's it, Liam. Let's see. Is safety the position that we want? Let's take a peruse. Okay, so pay attention. I'm going to go through the board. Here's their big board. They're saying Trey Hill, the center. We already got a center, so we wouldn't want to do that. Quentin Lake is their highest graded safety. I wouldn't. That's not interesting to me. Paris Ford or Isaiah Polamau is our safeties. Alaric Jackson, we already got a tackle. Chris Rumpf, the edge rusher, is there. Like I said, he's kind of small. It's kind of small. Okay. So here's what we got. We got running backs. We already got one, but if we wanted to, Puka Williams, Master Teague, he's dropped a lot the past couple weeks. Wide receiver, these guys are the dregs. I don't know any of these guys. I know WAP. That's about it. Tight end we got. Let's make sure. Tackles, we got Tyler Vrabel. Alaric Jackson's going to, like I said, he's going to be a very good tackle in the league. I got to watch Joe Blewett and see what he thinks about Alaric Jackson. Royce Newman. These are the guards. Aaron Banks, Tommy Kramer, Sedarius Hutchinson. Ben Brown. I don't know where Josh Sills went. I don't know. We don't need a center, so let's look at defense. Oh, defensive tackles. Jordan Scott's there. Yeah, okay. Like I said, Chris Rumpf is the number one edge rusher on the board. Brenton Cox Jr. Okay. Again, Florida don't want him. We could use this on a linebacker. Jack Sanborn. Like I said, I don't know too much about these guys. Errol Thompson, I've heard. And KJ Britt. That's about it. I haven't even looked at Justin Hilliard yet. We got 2 cornerbacks. Safety looks like the pick. Or we can do kicker. We got Cameron Dicker. Sweaty hog kicker. There he is. Okay. So it's looking like safety's it. What do you guys think? Strong safety, tackle, guard. Take Polamau. We were considering him 2 picks ago. Right, Jeff? There's some value. Sign the kicker after the draft. John Post, we're going to make a note. He's our priority free, undrafted free agent. Right, buddy? Fullback. I know there's not even a spot for fullback anymore. It's just running back. GreenBean, talk about how hilarious it will be if Gase gets the offensive coordinator job in Seattle. Dude, I don't even think they can. I don't even think they can do that. Well, they have no intention of signing him anyway. You'll see. They're not going to be the team to give him that big contract. Okay? Don't forget, they traded a second and Jermaine Kearse for Sheldon Richardson and let him go in 1 year. They're not afraid of it. They signed Matt Flynn to a big free agent contract, drafted Russell Wilson in the 3rd. Matt Flynn never started for them, and he made millions. He was an expensive quarterback. So Seattle's not afraid to do that. They don't feel bound to that shit. Pola Cola. All right, so here we go. We're going to take, let me see what Tony G. These type of guys are getting getting a lot of playing time on our team. Yeah, they do. They do. You see that poor Lamar Jackson, our cornerback? He hasn't seen a sniff. He didn't see a sniff from that one play. Nothing. Our new defensive coordinator said, "Take a break, kid. Have a Snickers. Sit down. Have a Kit Kat." All right, so Isaiah Polamau is coming, or do you guys want Paris Ford to go with his teammate Patrick Jones? We're on the safety. Which dude is it? Ari Bell? He's back? I know, dude. Just fucking get out of here. I don't know why you're doing that, buddy. I blocked you. You know? Sucks. I hate to do that to people. LeCount. I don't even know who that is. Oh, Richard LeCount from Georgia. I haven't looked at him. You're the only one saying anything now. I trust you. I'll look at him. Polamalu or Ford. All right, we're going to take Polamalu. That's my guy. That's one of my secret gems. Last year it was Kenny Willekes, LaMichael Pirine, and Donovan Peoples-Jones, among some others. But this year, Isaiah Polamalu is one of my secret gems. Here he comes. You ready? Boom. Let's watch how the draft finishes. Alaric Jackson, there he goes. We got a lot of picks. We don't have to watch that whole thing. They're all going to go. So let's take a look at our draft, okay? Where do we go? Come on. It moves hard to get. Wait, hold on here. Let's just do this. Hold on. It's so hard to do it. Hold on. Let me pause the fucking thing, GreenBean. Come on. Here we go. All right, guys. So here's our draft with very minimal trading. So we decided that Robert Saleh is going to want to go with a new quarterback. That new quarterback happens to be Zach Wilson from BYU. Excuse me. Then we came around and got him his weapon, Rashad Bateman. Then we gave Saleh his new toy, Patrick Jones. Then we went and protected our new quarterback with Creed Humphrey, moved Connor McGovern over to right guard. We already signed Thuney in free agency. So now our line is badass, okay? We went back to the defense and grabbed Cary Vincent, the cornerback from LSU. Then we gave our offense a little toy to play with in Chuba Hubbard. Then we gave him a tight end to push Herndon around and say, hey, man, if you don't snap out of it, you're going to lose your job. Nick Eubanks from Michigan's coming aboard. Now, if you guys don't know these guys, take a look, man. This is a good opportunity. Like I said, I'm going to post it on Instagram and Twitter tomorrow so you guys can see this stuff. And take a look at these guys. Do some research. It's great. It's fun when you look at it through this lens. So then we went back. We found some amazing value. Paulson Adebo was from Stanford, was still sitting there. Cornerback. Then even more value. Sage Surratt, for some reason, very similar to Denzel Mims last year, slid all the way to pick 139. We grabbed him there. Daniel Folele, the fan favorite, 400 pounds, 6'9", to develop behind Becton and Fant for our offensive line. And then we wrapped it up with a safety to replace McDougald because he sucks. Isaiah Polamalu, he probably should get a year of development as well, but he's going to be really good. So there you go, guys. What do you think? How did we do? What do you guys think? Charlie Kolar's going back to school. A couple of my tight ends. Ruckert's going back to school as well. I agree, Ultimate Clashers. This draft was fire. Good shit. Right, E-Rock? Yeah, Surratt's going to be a good receiver. I think it's just a small school thing, like Wake Forest. But then you got Carlos Basham coming out of Wake Forest as well. Boom, Greg Tarr. Jeff Loke, isn't this a good time? I think this shit's great. I love, you know what I like about this as opposed to doing my own drafts? Because I do drafts, I'm telling you, every time I walk the dog, I'm doing a quick draft. I just put it on fast. It's like, it just goes through the picks. And last week, I should post this. Last week, I did a trade. I accepted every single trade. I didn't pick until pick 59. I didn't even pick. I just accepted every trade. I got 32 picks this year and 35 more for next year. That's how crazy it was. And I got a lot of, let me see what I did here. Yeah, wait, hold on. And I started with Kyle Trask, Amari Rogers, Seth Williams, Shaka Toney, Trey Smith, Josh Sills, Trey Hill, Radarius Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Jeremy Ruckert, Rasheed Walker, Jabril Cox, Monty Rice, Devin Lloyd, Victor Demukaji, Ambry Thomas, Jack Anderson, Nick Eubanks, Jacoby Stevens. I crushed it. I crushed it. And I didn't take a single pick until pick 59. That's how crazy this shit is. Jeff Loke, you should do a mock. That's funny. 35 picks. I know. So I got 32 picks this year and 35 more for next year, in addition to the 9 we already have. So that would be 44 picks. Could you imagine? Half of our roster. We could flip our entire roster in 2 years through the draft without free agency. See, now that's the stuff. That's the stuff. So let's take a look at our full draft one more time. Let's go back to the top. So, right, Zach Wilson's going to be a good quarterback. I'm liking him more and more. Rashad Bateman, if you guys haven't seen Bateman yet, take a look, man. There are people that think he's the best receiver in the draft, similar to how you had the CeeDee Lamb, Ruggs fans, Laviska Shenault. You had people saying, no, this guy's actually the best in the whole draft. He's in that conversation, okay, Rashad Bateman. He doesn't get quite the exposure of Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith, but he's good, man. Patrick Jones from Pitt, love him to death. He's my favorite edge rusher in the draft, although Aiden Hutchinson, but I haven't seen his name in a while. I don't know if he went back to school too. Creed Humphrey, tactician, very smart. Kerry Vincent, ball hawk. Chuba Hubbard, moves galore. Great, fun-looking running back. And I think if we build, that's the kind of running back that if you build a great line in front of him, he's gonna fucking light it up from pick 105. You don't have to take a running back in the first 2 rounds. You don't. You can. I love Najee Harris. He's a special player. Nick Eubanks, Paulson Adebo, Sage Surratt, Filele, who I don't think will ultimately end up drafting. He's just not really, like Ryan was saying earlier, he's pretty stiff, man. He's a pretty stiff. He's not very loose. He's not mobile. He's a fucking brick wall, but they like to do a lot of movement, you know? So anyway, and Isaiah Polamau. Check him out. Joe Corsello says he's a wimp. Yeah, he is. A size of beast. I also like Basham, you know? Ron Loizo, let me tell you something. One of my secret hopes is that it might not be Joe Douglas, but I happen to know for a fact, like it's an actual fact, that the Jets have actual staff members that their job is to peruse the internet for things like this, see what people are saying, see what ideas they can get, see if things that they're floating are received well or received negatively. There are guys, their whole job is to look at this stuff. So I'm hoping this kind of stuff makes it to JD's desk. Wouldn't that be great? Build through the draft, Mike G. I don't know if there's a draft pick limit. That's actually a good question. We should Google that, John Post. You want to Google that for me? Kadarius Toney, Strickland. I would not be unhappy with that pick. But you don't want him. It's like these guys that took like Jalen Reagor and in front of Mims and Claypool. And like Kadarius Toney, I think, is a very, very good wide receiver. He's electric. I would love to have him, but you don't want to take him in the first because it's a silly pick. You want to get guys that there's no way to make it down. You know what I mean? Hope I explained that right. Joe. Here's this week's YouTube mock strat. Yeah. Well, just like, hey, these are what these guys are doing. And it wouldn't be exactly like that, but just the kind of players that we like, Corsello. I know. Imagine JD right now. Joe Corsello is Joe Douglas. Imagine that. Or Garrett Van Wagner is actually Joe Douglas. Tony and Amon-Ra St. Brown look good. Yes, I agree. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown from USC. Yep. Oh, my God. KSF, there's nothing I would want to do more. Like if they could have some sort of contest where we could be in the war room, like you had to sign all kinds of disclaimers. You can't say a word. Dude, I would love it. I would sit there quietly for fucking 5 days, 20 hours a day. I'd sit there and watch. I would love it. Yeah, Corsello, that's Joe Douglas. I know who you are, buddy. I got you. So, yes, I would. Who said, wait, no, here, Carson Boyko went out and looked at our Google message, our information system. No pick limit, but too many rookie contracts would take up cap. Yeah, that's okay. Rookies are cheaper than anybody. You know what I mean? So you could do it. You could have 53 rookies if you want. That's funny. No one is giving Adam Gase credit. By him stinking up the place, the Jets will not be in this great. I hear you, dude. Like there were. Listen to this. If we got the first round pick, the first overall pick, could you imagine if Gase's legacy was he brought Joe Douglas in here and he got us Trevor Lawrence and then left? He'd be the greatest coach in Jets history, the greatest Jets figure in history. Well, thank you, Greg Tarr. You mock too, buddy. Mock you. Did they already say there's not going to be a combine? Did they say that? I didn't see that. I'm over here hoping. Talk to me. Yeah, I would sign that non-disclosure in a second to be in the Jets war room. Right, Armand? I would. Did he get on the wires here in 24? He would not be picking number 2. Yeah. I mean, look, did you guys see my video that was in the beginning of the season? It was the rumor. It's like a conspiracy theory video, whatever. But I heard, I got some word. Like I said, the source wasn't one of the most solid places in the whole world, but he told me that Joe Douglas has no intention of re-signing Adam Gase unless he blows the doors off the place, but their friendship is overblown. Yeah, they're friends, but he's absolutely not going to give him additional considerations. He never wanted Jamal Adams. He knew that he was going to trade Jamal Adams last year and that he doesn't really love Sam Darnold as a starting quarterback. So knowing all that information, if you look at our situation right now, if that was really what he thought, first of all, he played it perfectly. And he's got his coach. He's going to get his quarterback. There's no way they're keeping Sam. But that's really interesting when you look at it that way. It's like Joe Douglas had a plan and he knew nothing was going to happen last year. Why not try to get Trevor Lawrence? Why not try to, accrue as much capital as you can? The combine stays at their own colleges. So Splash, it's just going to be pro days. Dalmas says no. Regional events instead. Oh, that's terrible to me. Pro days aren't quite the same. When they're all there together against each other almost. They watch each other. There's a lot going on there. Brandon Neiman, no, I do not. I do not think the Jets are actually going to get Deshaun Watson, even though I was saying, pretty much before most people that it was possible. And I still think it's possible. I just don't think it's going to end up going that way. So just pro days, Jamal. All right, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm going to look into that. Like I said, I was just sitting here waiting for some news. I missed it if they already announced that. I don't know how. You know what? I spent the whole day at the Kennedy Space Center today looking at space shuttles and shit like that. So I'm always doing some stuff like that, theme parks. And if you guys haven't already, you can go over to my other YouTube channel. It's called Full-Time Coaster Tour, like 2 words, Full-Time Coaster Tour. And that's where I document all my theme park travels and everything I'm doing out here when I travel around the country. The reason that we left is because I wanted to take my kids on every roller coaster in the country. That's what I wanted. So that's what we're trying to do. COVID threw a wrench in that. But isn't it great, Derek? We had a great day today. Seriously. So anyway, I document all that stuff and I make videos of coasters and different experiences and all that shit. But if you go there and give me a sub, I'd appreciate that too. Well, they got a GM, James Medaletti. They got their GM, the guy from the Patriots, I forget his name, and then they're going to sign a coach pretty soon who may or may not be Eric Bieniemy. I'll tell you what, if they get Eric Bieniemy, Watson is definitely staying. If they don't, like if they meet with them and they just say no, then I think the trade action is alive. NFL changes 2021 combine format. Okay. No, KSEF. I don't see that happening. I don't like taking players from Pittsburgh or I don't like certain teams and their players. Like they have their system. Like there's a reason they've only had 4 head coaches in the last 60 years. You know what I mean? They have a system in Pittsburgh. Whoever comes in benefits from that system. When players leave, they rarely are as effective as they are in Pittsburgh. That's why, what's the other guy's name? Dupree? I don't want him. I don't want any of those guys. Let's see what else. Private Zoom in. Man. Pro days. Okay. Can I link your channel? Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can link it for you guys. Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. If you guys could go over there and sub for me over there, that would be fucking killer. I would, really, guys, I would appreciate it. It's funny. Let me see something here. I have a custom URL, but it never comes up. It's weird. Here. So I'll give you guys the link. Here it is. This is the link to my other YouTube channel. Let me try to pin it up top. Oh, I can't. Wait a minute. I want to pin my thing. It just asked me if I want to block myself. Nope, I don't know how to pin it. I'll look at that shit later. But there's my pin. Here, I'll put it, there's my link if you guys want to do that. But look, man, the thing is with the Jets is that if you can't feel it, like we had some really good eras, right? But it was always the front office. Like we don't have a front office. Even Tannenbaum, he got lucky, man. Like he did some great things. He took a lot of chances and it worked. But that shit's unsustainable. Having drafts with 3 picks, so giving everybody max contracts to bring them in here. And this is the first GM that we have had since Dick Steinberg in the 90s that actually has the ability to be a long-term GM. So you can feel it over the past week or two. Don't you feel it? It's changing. And this is just the beginning. Wait till we hire Chris Richard as a defensive coordinator. That's another highly motivating man. You know what I mean? Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Really. Because it's not easy living in an RV, traveling around. Like, I got to leave here tomorrow. My whole day is packing up. Then early Wednesday morning, I'm leaving here. I'm up by Jacksonville. I'm going back down, like, toward the west coast of Florida and all that. So it's not easy, all that. But it's the most beautiful thing I've ever done. I love it. Who's this year's Chase Claypool? Seth Williams, KSF. That's my initial thoughts. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you. I appreciate it. So if you guys can go over to the other channel, that'd be killer. Just give me a sub. That'd be fucking killer. Don't forget, obviously, to sub to GreenBean Jetsfan. Once I get over 1,000 and then 4,000 hours, that's the threshold, and then they let you do some stuff. Then I could potentially get paid from YouTube. I don't think I'm going to make anything substantial or anything like that, but it enables me to do certain things. You get privileges, and I can evolve the channel more, Thank you, Hall of Game. There he is. There he is. Thank you, Hall of Game. Who's my favorite player in the whole draft, Liam? In the draft, who's my favorite player? And, well, Trevor Lawrence, But I think, you know what, man? My favorite player is it's 1 and 1B. And I know this is going to sound funny to you guys, but it's the truth. I like Kyle Pitts, and 1B is Pat Freiermuth. Like, I love those guys. I love a good tight end. I think a really good tight end's value is unparalleled. Right, Cameron Dicker. That's great. Jeff, thanks for being here, dude. Next week, if you guys have any ideas on what type of draft you'd like to see, like what theme, let me know, dude. Let me know. Go to my Instagram. Just let me know. Comment under this video. Let me know. I look at everything. If you guys comment to any of my social media, I always reply. Always. Okay. So I appreciate it. Joe Monturi, that would be interesting. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. I'm a big fan of it. Not for 3 firsts. I'm releasing my podcast in the morning. I talk a lot about that. I'll get into it for you guys, but there's no way I would give 3 firsts for any one player. If he was worth 3 first-round picks, then he'd be in the playoffs this year. No one player can do it. You don't give away all your capital to build a team for one player because one player can't do it. But that'd be great, Jamonturi. I'm into it. The Draft Network mock is actually, you know what's funny, KSF? Their big board is actually more accurate, in my opinion. But they don't allow trades unless you pay them. And I don't want to pay them. That's what it boils down to. I don't want to pay them. I have so many accounts and so many memberships, and you know what I mean? I can't pay Draft Network too. Realistic trade package for Watson with everything considered. Don't forget, he has to agree to the trade. He has a no trade clause. He has to agree to it. They're in the hole financially. They're in the hole. They have no first and second round draft pick. What you would get Watson for is a first, and I would say our second first. They have no first round pick. Sam Darnold, Seattle's third this year, and a third next year. That's what I'd give him. And maybe I'd sprinkle in some other stuff. So you get a first, a starting caliber quarterback, worth a second round pick. So that's a first, a second, and 2/3. I think that's fine. And if the other thing I would say is if you give him Seattle's first this year, Seattle's first next year, that would be similar. So 2 firsts. That's it. And if they're like, no, wait, then fucking leave. We don't have to do that. See, we're not in the position that we need to do anything. We have Sam Darnold. We can build with him if we wanted to. And we have the number 2 overall pick. We can have anybody in the draft but Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean? So like that, we don't have to do anything. Like, why would they trade the pick? Because they want one of these young guys. What was it? New York. Oh, yeah. See that? That's right, man. See, look, these guys, our Jets content creators are the best in the world. I'm telling you right now. All of us have legitimate sources, and we're always talking to each other. And, like, we say stuff, man. We know stuff before these assholes say anything. Like, look, last week they were talking about us trading for fucking Doug Peterson. That's what they were talking about. They were talking about us trading for Doug Peterson. This was real news. What are you trading for Doug Peterson? That's not real. Joe Douglas was never going to do that. Right. So that's what I mean. So our sources like MC and Ryan, like we have sources, man. I have a source. We have real sources. And people talk to us. I get tweets and texts all the time from people. Now, so I don't always say, whatever. Sometimes my source is wrong, and I don't like to get my head chopped off all the time, but our sources are good. Just as good as everybody else out there. So what's Terry Monroe says, the number 2 pick is worth more than just a first rounder. If you trade number 2, you could get 2 number 1s and then trade for Watson. Well, this is the thing, and that's why you don't give that up. Or if you were giving up the first or the second over, that's it. The second overall pick and Sam, like that's it. You know what I mean? You don't do that. Like that number 2 pick, like Terry Monroe was just saying, is worth more than a first round pick. That is a top 3 pick. It's a top 2 pick. These reporters have to sell. Right. Well, that's what they do. That's what they're trying to do. So when you hear it from us, we have just as much access a lot of the time. Not that all of them, of course, Trask is a 3rd-tier quarterback, right? Your source is Joe Douglas's wife. That's a pretty good source. What's she saying, Liam? It's pretty good. 2 firsts and Sam or 3 firsts. I wouldn't give 3 firsts. There's no way. There's no way. I just wouldn't do it. 2 firsts, sure. A first, Sam, 2/3. That's what I do. Because Sam is a second. A first, a second, and 2/3. That's what you get. You don't want it, then stay in your hole. They're not going to trade with Miami. Miami just shellacked them in the Tunsil trade. They're not going to go back there. And if they do, then good. Then let Miami give away all their assets. You know what I'm saying? Let them give away all their picks. Don't forget, Watson had 2 knee surgeries, dude. And we got to be careful with that shit. I know, Chris Bucco. I would love him. Right. MC's right. Bieniemy will be the Texans' hire. Watson was in on the interview of Bieniemy. That's exactly right. That's right. MC knows. He's got access, Sports MC. Don't forget that. She's telling me JD is killer in bed, and when they're done, JD tells her we're getting Watson for a conditional 7th. I bet he does. He's like, you know what, babe? I'm going to fucking screw the Texans over. We're going to give him a 7th. You'll see. She's like, I know you are, Joe. Well, I hear you, Montoya. I hear you. Like, if you look at it like you're trading Jamal Adams for Watson, that's fine. That's where the 2 firsts comes from. I just wouldn't do it. He had 2 knee surgeries. He's $152 million. We need the assets. Like, there's a limit. There's a limit to that stuff. You know what I mean? There's a limit. 2 firsts, a first, Sam, and 2 thirds. Like, that sort of stuff. That's my limit. Maybe I'll throw in a 4th, that kind of stuff. I could throw in Henry Anderson. You want Henry Anderson? Take him. I'll give you Frankie Louvu. What do you want? Garrett, what's that number? I didn't see what that is. Call 800. What is that, Garrett? Mess, you just got here. We had a killer draft. Let me show you guys the draft one more time, and then we're going to wrap it up. So, Jets Mess, take a look. And this is for anybody else who didn't see it or whatever. This was our draft, and we were trying as much as we can to get Robert Saleh's mindset in play here. Okay, so we ended up taking Zach Wilson at 2. We had no trade offers. Rashad Bateman at 23, pick 34, the second-round pick. We took Patrick Jones, and we were delighted about it. Creed Humphrey slid to pick 66, and we grabbed him a la Denzel Mims the year before. Should not be there, so we took him. Kerry Vincent Jr., perfect where he was. Pick 99, Chuba Hubbard, pick 105, 6 picks after 99. Nick Eubanks, the tight end out of Michigan. Paulson Adebo out of Stanford, another gem. He slid. Sage Surratt slid, so we couldn't pass him at pick 139. Daniel Falele, 6'9", 496 pounds. Isaiah Polamau, the safety out of USC. No kicker and no capital for next year. Let's look at our trade. So what we do? The trades, we traded with the Panthers. They took pick 101, and they took Andre Cisco and a 7. That's where our 7th went. Oh, no, that's next year's. And then we got 105 and 170. And this trade, we traded with the Texans. They traded up to pick 86 from 101 and took Ifeatu Melifonwu. We got 101 and 114 out of it. Not bad. Not bad trade, guys. Any other trades? This was the original trade. Okay. So there you have it. There you have it. That's what we did, Mess. That's what we did. What site is this? My site? This is my YouTube page. This is GreenBean Jetsfan. So if you guys haven't yet, please give me a sub. It means the world to me. It's very important to content creators. And as you know, I've been with Jetnation for almost 2 years now, but this is my first time branching off to try to build something else on my own. So it really helps me. I'm new. I've only been doing this for just a couple days over a month, and it would really be great. I know, right? 496 pounds. Depends. Let's see. 575 pounds. All right. He's going up every minute. Derek, thank you, man. Thank you. Trying to build a 2,000-pound O-line. Yeah, that'd be great. So let's see who's getting through this friggin' line. To sing Dalton. Sign Dalton. Okay. Sit like Mahomes. Don't throw him the deep. I know. That's the great thing. That's why it's almost like if you draft a quarterback, if nobody gives you anything like a second for Sam, just hold on to him. Let him play in the preseason. Let him play a couple games next year and then put the kid in. You know what I mean? And then maybe he plays better under LaFleur and he could, and his draft stock goes up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Harvey Lange is untouchable. I'm not nobody's getting Harvey Lange. I've never seen energy like that. Not since Atari Bigby was a Jet. Remember when Atari Bigby was a Jet and we cut him in preseason? For a loser? For Otis Smith, I think it was. Maybe not. If the Dolphins land Watson, the Bills and Dolphins will have the franchise quarterback next decade. Yeah, I know. We don't want them to get him. But you can't think like that. Let them, if they got Watson, that means they're giving up 3 first-round picks and all that. Let them do it. Give away all your draft capital. That's fine. Let them throw away their ability to build a team. You know what I mean? All right, guys, we are an hour and 20 minutes into this thing. I want to thank you guys for being here. This was a good one. This was killer. I had a real blast. Next week, well, let me say this. If you guys have any ideas for what theme you'd like to see in the draft, no quarterbacks I saw. I was going to do that one before we signed our head coach. So if you guys have any ideas, maybe we'll do no quarterbacks next week. Like we're just not taking a quarterback and see what else we could do. Want to go defense heavy, whatever it is. If you guys can think of something, let me know and we'll adopt that theme and that'll be how we attack the draft. Okay. So again, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me. And if you get the opportunity to go over to my Coaster channel, that's Full-Time Coaster Tour on YouTube, I would appreciate that sub as well. That said, you guys are the absolute best. I love you guys, and thank you for being here. Adam Gase, the worst coach in Jets history. In my opinion, he's in the conversation for the worst coaches in NFL history. He's been atrocious. And the thing is this, like I've said numerous times over the past 2 years and in this podcast and on Jetnation, we knew and I knew that this hire was terrible and doomed to get here from the second I heard about it. I love Jets fans. You name one other organization that deals with the shit that we deal with and is still this passionate. Sure, you got the little segments, the dog pound. But look at the Patriots fans. They just had 20 years of there are kids, there are 20, 21-year-old, 25-year-old people in this world that are Patriots fans who have never known losing. Never in their entire lifetime. They were born into this Belichick-Brady thing, and they have consistently won. They've won 6 Super Bowls. They've been to 9 or whatever it is. And then when they didn't get in there, they were the AFC Championship game or the semifinals or whatever. And what happens the year that Tom Brady leaves? Dude, you have droves of people leaving the Patriots. These are diehard Pats fans. This is what they have. Diehard Pats fans going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Why? Because I'm a fucking fan of Tom Brady. Bullshit. What is that? Hired him, replaced him with the next hot coordinator in Todd Bowles. He was the next big thing. Todd Bowles and his hybrid linebackers and all that sort of stuff. Remember? He was the hot guy. Hired Todd Bowles. He sucked. And then we went to the previous head coach route. So we only like to hire head coach. If they have experience, we like to make sure that they're fired first. We want to make sure that their previous gig was a complete flop, and then we'll take them. We don't want anybody who's kind of, on a high note or anything like that. They were beating us up last week about being not good enough. We didn't deserve. We got this guy Shap saying that we don't deserve the number 1 pick. A team like the Jets doesn't deserve to be rewarded with a guy like Trevor Lawrence. This is the shit we hear. So we win a game. Everybody's supposed to be happy. What does the NFL media do? They laugh at us. You guys couldn't even do that. You can't even lose right. Yeah. It's a double-edged sword, and it cuts both ways for us. So, f*** you.